if I fail to read the bio that's printed in the program. As I read the bio, it fell far too short of the person I know.
Amen.
And I'm sure it was well intended. It's limited by words, not enough emotion. Also limited by the number of pages we could probably put in here. Because if you told the whole story, it would be a book. Maybe one of those big books that I get at school. So with your approval, I'll just talk for a little while and try to enlighten you, I guess. There are people in this world that, you know, you may work beside them or live next door to them, even worse beside them. And after they're gone, you think, I'm glad he's gone. And then there are other people in this world who, wherever they go, they leave big footprints. And those footprints stay for a long time, long after they've moved on. And every time you come close to those footprints, you recognize that person was here. And they did this, or they made this impact, or they implemented this particular change. And then you claim that person as your own. We here at Contee claim our speaker today as our own. But I'm sure if you went to her hometown in Harlem, New York, the people there would claim Kathy Brown. I'm sure if you went to Salem College in West Virginia where she attended school, they would claim her as their own. If you went to the University of Maryland School of Social Work and Community Planning, they would claim her. And I know the people from Howard University would stand up and say the exact same thing. She's one of ours. So we could end up in an arm wrestle about who she really belongs to. Because we all have the same impression after you've been around her. She was here, she came to work, she came to help, she came to inspire, and she did all of those things and a lot more. Years ago, I don't know, maybe 45 years ago, here at Contee, I was scheduled to speak at Children's Day, I guess it was. And I was sitting right here on this bench, and sitting right beside me was another of Contee's youth at the time, Kathryn Brown. And I'm thinking, sitting there trembling and sweating and worrying about the microphone because, you know, most of us know when you have to go up and speak in public, that when you get close to the microphone, there's some hands that are going to jump out of here and grab you in the throat and start choking you or something. So you have that intimidation of microphones. And I don't remember the exact words, but they were words of reassuring and comfort. Something to the effect that you'll be okay, you'll be all right. And I don't remember how it turned out. It must have turned out well, because if it was bad, I would remember. But I remember the reassurance from another young person who was probably maybe a year older than me back then. Now I think I'm a few years older. But at least 10 years wiser than I was. And it's amazing. It's amazing that some people have talents that few of the rest of us have. And our speaker today is one of those people. Right now she is running the Howard University Office of Professional Development and Leadership. She was also the first assistant for the Annenberg Honors Program at Howard University, involved in recruiting students and training leaders, future leaders. Since 2012, she's been the General Secretary for Christian Education for the AME Zion Church. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the AME Zion Church, we're not talking about Contee. We're talking about the AME Zion Church worldwide. We do have churches in other continents. She's responsible for inspiring people around the world now. That's amazing. The same person who was sitting right here next to me when we were both kids here at Contee. But the things that stand out in my memory are whenever you needed her to do something, you called and she was there. She is the former pastor of a church, and I was able to return the favor when she called and asked me to come out to her church and speak once. I was just happy to do it. And whenever I've asked Reverend Kathryn Brown to do anything, to come, to be someplace, to talk to someone, she was there, and she applied that same level of caring and inspiration and genuine concern that very few people have. And that's why I chose not to read the few words that are on that page, because I need another 2 hours to finish telling the whole story, but I'm going to cut it short right now because you didn't come to listen to me. You came to listen to the inspiring, the dynamic, the humble Reverend Kathryn G. Brown, General Secretary for Christian Education of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church worldwide. Thank you.